Previously on Dice Versa.
The little humanoid water figure with the squid in the center waves at you as you approach. It uncurls its three massive claws to reveal a small lustrous crystal in its palm. You recognize this crystal as an Aeon stone.
Oh, is this for me?
It's like a ball of fur, and the middle of the ball splits open to reveal a maw of sharp teeth, and it just starts screaming.
What the heck did you call Talmrin? And where do we find her?
I told you, you won't get me anywhere near her. No.
I don't want you
Stop
near
asking me
her.
questions. Stop asking me questions.
You're upsetting me.
You're upsetting me!
And he slams shut his furnaces and just stomps away from you.
We're looking for a technician named Talmrin.
And it turns into a bunch of tubes. The squid turns into a bronze color and starts zipping through these different tubes of water until it reaches a little nondescript chamber, and then it reaches out with a tendril of water and starts tapping on the minecart next to it.
I think it's just telling us to go through those doors on the west side.
And it nods its head.
Alright, so we go to the doors down here to the west. And bronze tubes. Okay.
Let's just go through those doors and see if we can find someone that can communicate verbally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ukko's gonna just fly over, just do a quick, because I can do 25 speed, so just, and then,
And as you fly over, you can see just like a bunch of scrap and like old industrial machinery that's got like a thick layer of dust on it and clearly has not been used or even thought of in a very long time. As you approach these doors, they slide open and a burst of cold air washes over you guys, and the temperature in this room just completely plummets compared to the rest of the station.
Oh, that feels much better.
As you enter, you can tell that machinery once lined the western wall here, but it has since been stripped away, leaving only holes and bits of metal embedded in the walls. And a series of raised platforms have been repurposed into tables with makeshift stools pushed near them. A dented metal grate covers a large portion of the floor, and a short ramp to the south leads to another chamber.
Ukko will step in a little further, not wishing to test his full heavy weight on the grate, will kind of just stand on the edge of it.
It's fine. Structurally sound.
Okay, so he tentatively takes some steps as he approaches the figure we can see over there.
Yeah, so you see this chitinous humanoid sitting alone, looking sort of forlorn. And even from a distance, through the shadows, you can see that they have like gauzy black bandages wrapped around their forearms. And you watch for a moment as they unwrap one of the bandages, letting out a little bit of a wince in pain. And as the bandage is removed, you can see that their shell underneath the bandage is peeling off, leaving behind these really deep, painful-looking wounds. And as the bandage comes off, you can also see that the individual has, it looks almost like whale baleen hanging from their forearms. Sort of like a praying mantis has those spikes on its forearms, but imagine those much longer, much bigger and thinner. And you watch as the individual takes that baleen that's hanging from their arm and slowly dips it into a plastic tub that's full of red liquid. And as they dip the baleen into the liquid, they let out a very satisfied sigh of relief. The voice coming out of a staticky speaker.
Can I make another, what the hell is that, life science check?
Make a life science check or a culture check, anybody who wishes.
I'll do culture.
I'm actually better at culture.
I help. Y'all. Ukko got a 24.
Oh, nice. Navessah only got a 16.
Okay, Ukko, you must have encountered some of these when you were doing your mercenary work. They're not super uncommon in the Pact Worlds, and they're called Rikrichi. And you also know that black gauze hanging from this one's limbs denote that it is currently diseased and contagious. However, the disease is likely only contagious to other Rikrichi.
Ukko will give a wave, kinda.
Say, oh, is this a bad time, or...
You hear its voice coming from a staticky whisper emitting from a small speaker that you can now see on its throat as you approach. It says,
My name is Hashachir. Welcome to the Cantina. Apologies for my voice. My enhancer has broken, and I have not had a chance to get it repaired.
Is he speaking as Lanti or common?
he is speaking as Lanti.
Ukko will give him another once over.
You, look like you're sick, with that,
Just kind of motions that,
the thing,
Yes,
that, Rikrichi disease.
yes. Worry not. It should not have any effect on you.
Thanks. Oh, hey. So, me and my friends here, we're looking for a technician named, Talmrin.
Ah, yes,
He winces in the middle of answering you and reaches down towards his shin with a grimace and a swift movement. And you follow his movement down and you see a large mouse-sized beetle with 10 spider-like legs, and a small spurt of blood emits from Hashachir's leg as the beetle retracts a long tongue. And as it retracts the tongue, you can see that the end of the tongue has a sharp stinger-like prong.
Why is space disgusting? Let's have more cute space.
And as Hashachir sort of shoos it away, the beetle lets out an audible hiss. It rears up a little bit, and then it retreats back into the pipes and disappears.
apologies. As I was saying.
And he reaches down and you see another one of those beetles on the other side. And he reaches down, and this time you see that he has to firmly pull its tongue out of his grasshopper-like legs. And for a moment, you can actually see blood dripping out of the end of the tongue as he pulls it out. He swats it away, and this one also scurries into the shadows. And he says,
I am sorry, but I'm quite distracted at the moment. Perhaps now is not a good time.
Would you like some help with your communicator thing?
Do you have the knowledge to repair it?
I can take a look at it at the very least.
Very well. Please do not break it any further.
I will do my best.
I'm just gonna go over here. Keep these bugs off you.
he detaches the thing from his neck and hands it to you. And you can make an engineering check.
That's a 23 on engineering.
All right. With that 23, you are able to, maybe you have a multi-tool in your pocket or something, like a Swiss Army knife, and you take that and pop open the speaker and you tinker around a bit, and you notice that one of the little wires in there basically just came unsoldered, and so you reconnect it and get it in there good enough to where it's going to work, but you probably need to get it actually repaired, but it's a good stopgap for now. And you hand it back to him and he puts it on and he goes,
Testing. 1, 2. Ah, yes, this is much better. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's not a permanent fix, but it should at least last you a little while longer.
Yes, this should be fine until I can muster up the strength to get it repaired properly. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Is there anything we can do to help keep those?
and as you're asking that, another beetle has its tongue in the back of his leg and he reaches down and swats it away.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm in no state to answer questions at the moment.
Do those always attack you?
They are attracted. They follow me everywhere. They can smell the disease on me, you see.
Is there a visible hole that these things are going through?
Make a perception or survival check.
Dirty 20 for survival.
So as this last one scurries off into the pipes, you make a point to watch where it goes, and you actually spot a trail of the beetles coming from the pipes behind Hashachir. And you follow the trail, and you find a narrow passage in between the pipes, leading back into the depths of the station.
Look, How is about we handle your bug problem, and maybe you'll have the strength to answer our questions, because I'm assuming you have answers.
If you could take care of them, I would be in your debt, for certain.
I like that. I really like that. Alright, you guys want to go squish some bugs?
You should be aware that these pests, the Odios, they are stubborn.
So am I.
Yes.
I mean, I don't particularly want to go squish some bugs, but it will help, I assume, yes?
It would be a great help to me, yes.
Oh, he speaks common?
Yes, he does.
Oh, you speak common. Excellent.
Yes, I speak a great number of languages.
Well then, you have a little bit of a bug problem and need a hand. Ukko is quite good at killing things.
I could have guessed.
As he looks at your number of weapons hanging from you.
But can you fit through that?
Yeah, I'll go first. Alright. Let me just...
Ukko will draw his blade and start squeezing.
You climb into the narrow passage, and the light from the cantina fades away behind you, leaving you in darkness. Mishka, as you step into this pipe, you smell the scent of mildew and blood coming from down the passage.
It does not smell good in here.
I could have told you that.
It's not long before the passage opens up into a larger chamber where you find a massive pile of bloody clothes, scrap metal, and other refuse sitting in a puddle of brown water.
I should not have stepped out.
You see multiple large beetle creatures scuttle along the refuse, and others scatter onto the walls as you approach. They all let out an aggressive hiss, flexing their pronged tongues. Roll initiative.
I don't want to get near those things, so I'm gonna take a step back, just kind of hop backwards a little bit. Use my trick attack to shoot the beetle in front of me. 20 on the trick attack.
That barely fails.
And then 17 to hit for 2 whole damage, baby.
17 definitely connects for 2 damage. The beetle on the far side of the pile of refuse, it comes scuttling up to the top of it, and you see it rear up and that pronged tongue scrunch back and then launch forward at you, Ukko.
That thing shoots 15 feet?
Sure does.
I hate it.
I mean, no one blinks an eye when you reach out 15 feet.
Yeah, I'm 10 feet tall. This is a bug with the tongue that apparently is its body.
The tongue just clanks off of your chest plate.
Okay, so Ukko drops his blade to pull out the white fire trident. And then, without moving, because screw these guys, he has 15-foot reach now too. He's gonna take a swing at the beetle that attacked him. 21 to hit for 12 piercing damage.
You chop off the beetle's front left leg, and it lets out a hiss and tries to scuttle back a little bit.
Yeah, look out, world.
The one that you shot, Mishka, it also rears up and tries to attack you with its tongue. And the tongue manages to worm its way between a crack in your armor.
Oh no.
You feel a sharp sting as it pierces your skin, and you can actually see it drinking your blood through a straw, like a cartoon, like a big lump of blood going through it.
Not my blood.
I like that.
And you take 3 damage.
My blood.
The other bug towards the back of the room also scuttles up onto the refuse pile and goes to use its tongue on you, Ukko, hitting you for 2 damage as you also are pierced by this harpoon tongue, and your purple blood starts getting drained as well. And the other one scurries forward and does the same thing.
God, get a new move, these Pokemon. You're like Magikarp with Splash. Ugh.
Don't diss Magikarp.
Carp. And you get another harpoon tongue stuck into you on the other side as your blood is drained for another 5 damage.
This is disgusting.
All right, Navessah, it is very dark for you.
Alrighty. I turn on my flashlight and I just see Ukko's back, and then I see a tongue basically sticking into him, and I just follow the tongue all the way back to its source, and I get him that one. Just get that one.
Turn on your flashlight to just see a horror show.
Yep.
Turns off the flashlight.
Mishka.
once the tongue comes out of him, he's like, oh, he just kind of in disgust, just pulls it out.
It like whips out of you, and a splurt of your blood follows it out as it retracts like a measuring tape, sort of, just like.
Yeah.
15 feet away, which is the worst part, is this gross little tongue.
Anyway, so he's gonna get behind Ukko. I'll shoot at the one that was marked by Navessah.
Okay.
I will do my trick attack. God damn it. 16 on the trick attack.
Fails.
9 to hit.
That misses. You're sort of like freaking out a little bit, like you just got stabbed by something gross and weird, and so you like stumble backward, maybe trip over Ukko's foot a little bit as you try to shoot, and your shot gets thrown off completely, and you end up like shooting the ceiling.
Those things are very gross.
Yeah, tell me about it. Ow!
All right, the beetle that you stabbed, Ukko, turns and just starts scuttling away up the wall and then disappears into the shadow.
Ugh, great. Ukko will use his move action to grunt again, a little angrier this time, just ugh, having the flashlight turn on behind him, and sheath his white fire trident, and in the same action of putting it away as soon as his hand's free, swift action, call his blade to his hand and bring it down on the get-emmed bug.
Okay.
So, very much a badass. Definitely, totally a badass. Not gonna screw this up. Key-ya! 17 to hit.
17 connects. 18 technically, but yes.
Oh, yeah, 18. And only 8 damage, though.
All right. It's all one motion. You spin your trident, put it away, and then like you start swinging as you call the sword, and it just like appears in your hand mid-swing, and you catch the beetle with the blade for 8 damage.
I accept.
And the one that had its tongue in Mishka scuttles forward and just goes to bite you.
Whoa, a bite.
Never a good thing.
No, it's fine. It's actually good. It rolled a natural 1. I'm just trying to figure out what a natural 1 for a beetle is. All right, so it goes to bite you, but its tongue is like still swollen with Mishka's blood. And so it ends up biting its own tongue. And like you see Mishka's red blood start pouring out of the bite marks in the tongue.
Gross.
As it takes a significant amount of damage to itself.
I hate it. This is gross. This is my nightmare.
You know, it rolled max damage on itself, so.
I mean, it's great that this happened, but I hate it.
And the one who's get-emmed also scuttles forward and goes to bite you.
No.
This one just straight up misses, though. It rolled a natural 2.
Yes.
And finally, the last remaining one, you see it scuttle up the wall and sort of towards you. It's about 10 feet up the wall, and it goes to harpoon you with its tongue again.
Oh.
And once again, it just clanks off of your armor, dealing no damage to you.
I'm okay.
Did I see Mishka take damage the last turn?
You saw him come towards you, stumbling over Ukko, looking freaked out and bloody.
But I didn't see him take the damage.
You did not see him take the damage.
Okay, then I cannot do my give him stamina back ability.
Yeah, he just came stumbling out of the darkness.
So I can't imagine I have a very clear shot with my pistol.
Risk it.
Don't roll a 1 and you'll be fine. They will have cover, and you are prone to rolling natural 1s.
But you have 19 other numbers you can roll.
What are the odds that I'll get a 4th one in a row, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Boy.
You'll probably hit Mishka anyway, so go for it.
All right.
Just throw a grenade.
Throw a grenade, Chris.
I don't have any left. They're all gone. Anyway, I'm gonna try and static arc pistol. Old reliable.
Oh boy. They're all in a puddle of water, too.
Hell yeah.
And when I say they all, I'm not just talking about the beetles.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Great.
I can't see that from where I'm at. Anyway, as a move action, I'm going to re-up my get 'em,
Okay.
and then I'm going to shoot.
Okay.
Rolling a 6.
It wasn't a 1, though.
All right. That misses as you try to square up and aim, and Mishka comes stumbling back, and you, like, at the last second pull the shot up, and the arc goes buzzing over Mishka's head past Ukko's horn and just sort of dissipates in the air about 10 feet up.
Drat.
Yep.
Well, shoot.
Mishka's gonna reload his pistol and then take a shot at the bug. He's gonna crouch down so he can shoot underneath Ukko's crotch, I guess.
Don't you hit my swanging dong, I swear to God. You will be dead in a heartbeat no matter what bond we have.
You get a -2 circumstance bonus because Ukko's big dong is swinging back and forth
Like a pendulum.
Pendulum.
like a mini golf course.
A 25 to hit for 4 piercing damage.
All right, on the one that's get him.
Yeah, it's like it's 26 to hit.
All right, that connects. The bullet hits the ground right in front of the beetle, and you can see like the sparks and stuff like fly up into the beetle's face, and it rears back and like lets out a hiss.
Ukko's gonna quickly shout over his shoulder,
We're in a puddle here. Avoid electricity.
and then Ukko's going to cleave
Oh.
through, or at least try to cleave through these two right in front of him.
Remember, you have to hit the first one to make the second one.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Just a big old slash downward to try and hit this guy. And if it connects, he'll follow through. A 19 to hit for 12.
A 19 to hit connects for 12 damage as you slice this beetle in half.
And the blade continues on with his big arms, big reach, big business, and bad acidness. Again, or continuing. 16 to hit for 14 damage.
And you cut this one in half too.
Oh, one fell swoop like a badass, just
Slice them and dice them real easy. You just go full Metal Gear Revengeance on these beetles.
hell yeah, like a rainbow splash of different blood colors shoots into the sky. Gross! And if I'm able, I'd like to then just move towards this one.
All right. And as you move towards it, it is 10 feet up on the wall still. And
Oh, it is.
it
Okay.
goes to harpoon you with its tongue.
Gross.
But once again, this one's tongue just keeps clanging off of your armor as it tries in vain to find some exposed flesh so it can get a little snack, but
Grody.
it just keeps hitting your hidden soldier armor.
Being a badass samurai and deflecting the tongue with my cool blade.
Can't really see much. I guess I'll creep forward.
So yeah, you walk in and you step into a brown puddle of water
Gross.
that comes up halfway up your shoe, basically.
Yeah, so I slink past Mishka and kind of just like do a quick scan around the room with my flashlight, and it was like attacking Ukko, or
Yeah, you see one of those beetles just like reared up a little bit in an aggressive pose as it's standing sideways on the wall attacking Ukko.
gross. Get him.
Gross.
Gonna try and stay back here. I just barely have a vision on this thing.
It's probably gonna have cover from you.
Oh, true. That's a good point.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's between the corner and Ukko. It's definitely gonna have cover from you.
Then he's just gonna quickly come out of cover, kind of dive, do a roll, and take a shot.
Okay.
So badass and dramatic for a fucking beetle.
The 25 on the trick attack,
A 25 succeeds.
and a
Hey, look at that.
critical for 27 plus get 'em plus
It hits.
the flat-footed,
It hits.
which is a lot
It definitely hits.
for. Hey, I never get to
Doesn't
roll
hit.
this good.
All right, yeah. If you want to luxuriate in the math, you can. So let's see. 27 plus flat-footed, that's 29. Plus get 'em is 30.
Woo.
30 to hit definitely
For
lands
16 damage on this stupid ass beetle.
for 16 damage. All right, you roll in to the room, feeling just like such a badass, rolling through this dirty puddle of water.
Oh, he's got it on his fur.
And you come to a skidding halt, dripping in this nasty refuse water, and see this beetle on the wall and just square up and take a shot, and it just explodes into multiple pieces that come raining down.
Ukko will turn and look at Mishka now.
Was it worth it?
Not right now, not with this smell.
Just so you know, you one-shot that thing.
Sick.
You did an Ukko.
You pulled a me!
Good job. Just don't shake off right now.
I really want to, but okay.
Wait for us to get out of the room first, and then have at it.
Ukko will sheath his curved blade and once again pull out the Whitefire Trident and turn it on to have some dim light going. And he will use it to sort of prod through this refuse pile, at least like take it apart so it's not so big or tall. Does that make sense? So it's not a mound anymore.
Just like spreading it around and deconstructing it.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe even finding something in there.
So yeah, you do your best to make it as deconstructed and as unlivable, uninhabitable as possible, and as you're going and breaking it down, you find a couple of armor upgrades in there.
What?
You find a backup generator and a grimy pair of jump jets.
I take it all!
However, I need you to make a fortitude save, please.
Oh my.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Fortitude save. Go! 14 on my fortitude check save thing.
Okay, cool.
Gonna start looking up the spell ampule of remove condition.
We have 6 of them.
I think this whole time, like, Mishka's like really fighting the urge to shake, so he like hasn't moved. He's like kind of like when somebody gets like messy and just like doesn't want to move to spread it, so he's just like standing there with his arms out.
It looks like there's something around the corner there.
Should I?
Why don't you go check it out and give a good shake there?
Okay, I'll let you know if I get murdered.
So Mishka, like, very awkwardly, like, trying not to touch himself with his arms out and just like, ugh, I'm gross. You peek around this corner, and with your low-light vision, you can see... Oh, and you have those goggles now, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, as you look down this hallway, you see it's basically a hallway that is formed in the pipes. It's not an actual hallway, and it just closes off about 30 feet away from you.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just a small enclosure down there.
No more beetles.
Doesn't look like it.
It looks clear.
Well, then go unclear it up.
I'll go over here and shake.
If you want more Dice Versa, check us out at patreon.com/diceversa. We release bonus content for every episode, like deleted scenes and episode commentary. You can also join our growing community by joining the Dice Versa Discord server. Find the link in the video description.